The federal government of Nigeria has desperately sought other non-oil areas to diversify the country's economy. In this bid, it has encouraged citizens and foreign investors to take advantage of the vast arable lands in the country, which is suitable for different agricultural produce. This call has been answered by some Nigerians. Located in the heart of the savannah, surrounded by bold standing hills and a gentle flowing stream, is the Badau Farms. Badau Farms is an integrated mechanized commercial farm located in Adamawa State. The farm is involved in animal husbandry, cross-cultivation and rice milling. With over 600 cattle, sheep and goats, Badau Farms has introduced a combination of rugged style of raising its cattle, sheep and goats with a modern model. The management of Badau Farms went all the length to acquire varieties of some of the most nutritious grasses available. They are being nursed here before being taken to different paddocks and replanted.
The principle of this Ruga issue is based on restricting the movement of the cattle in a location where you provide high quality grass. This is a nursery for the fodder. These grasses are very nutritious grass. The animals like. You produce the nursery, then you transport it to the larger farm. That grass is different from the one there, different from the one there, different from the one there. That's why we divided it into compartments and we fence it because these guys, animals, they sense the nutritious plants that they eat. They sense it instinctively. So if you allow them, they won't allow the grass to grow. They just eat it before it goes.
Some of it will be distributed to local herders to assist them improve nourishment for their herds also. With over 4,000 hectares of land, there is enough grazing field for this livestock. After harvest, they are taken to eat the stock and leftovers on the farms. At the same time, they manure the fields. Being an integrated farm, the dung from the animals are collected and used as manure on the farms. Livestock farming on Badau Farms includes a piggery, where some of the villagers come to learn new methods on how to improve their own piggeries. All the crops are cultivated using only organic fertilizer from animal dungs, supplemented by organic neem fertilizer. Some of the crops grown on Badau Farms are sesame, maize, sorghum, rice, soybeans, beans, and castor. The chairman of Badau Farms, Engineer Babachir Lawal, speaks on some of the challenges himself and other farmers face.
The size of our farm on this side of the road, is about 80 hectares. Or we use it, we plant maize. The whole of this is maize. So there too, from that tree down, it's all part of our farm. Up to close to about a kilometer up.
With 80 hectares of maize under cultivation, what is the fear for this farming season?
In Adamawa farming season this year, is the rain didn't come in time. Rain was late in coming. So all our prayers now is committed to maybe the rain should last until middle of October. If not, we are going to have crisis of harvest. So in our own case, what we try to do, knowing that there's a short duration for farming, we looked for what we call short duration variety seeds to overcome those challenges. These crops are about 3 weeks old from date of planting. The next stage of this is to apply fertilizer, which we are hoping to finish applying in the next 1 week. After that, we now come and start spraying for the weed killers. Then we wait. From that time on, maybe we give it another 1 month or 2 months. By that time, they can see you inside the maize. So we come and do some local minor, small weeding. Then we wait. Farming is not as easy as people say. Last year, in this area, maize was going for as low as 5,000 naira per bag. That is 2 years back. So everybody abandoned farming maize. The other year, it was going for 15. So a local farmer can sell 1 bag of rice or of maize and send his child to university in Maiduguri or Bauchi or Yola. Just 2 bags. But last year, it came to 5,000. So that most people didn't want to farm maize last year. But this year, towards the planting season, maize again rose up to about 17,000, 18,000.
With the uncertainty in the marketplace, what is the way out?
So we farmers, what we expect the government to do is to guarantee for us a minimum price at which we will make some money. Look at this scale of farming. If you have not guaranteed the good price, it's a waste. You just end up pumping your money into the soil. We expect the government to either return the old marketing boards in which you know any crop you are going to find, you get this is the minimum price you get for it, so you can plan towards it. But now you can't plan towards it. You buy chemicals, you buy tractors, you buy diesel, you pay workers.
Even if government assistance comes, the farmer still has so much to grapple with, like this instance.
I've stopped farming in Jere. I used to farm in Jere, but in Jere, you find out that even when your crops are due for harvesting, you must get security to guard the crop. It's near the city. People come and harvest your maize in the night. You come in the morning, where you tell the security man, my friend, sorry sir, I was sleeping. Labor cost was too much. 1 year I spent 7 million naira and I got 45 bags of maize. And that was their maize was 5,000.
How did Badau farm come about this farmland?
It used to be a forestry reserve. When the season of Boko Haram, they converted this place into one of their bases. And went from where they were finding out to terrorize the community. So the government decided to sell the land to some who want to build houses, then people like us who want to farm.
This is the Badau farm village. It is from here that all activities of supervising the farm are coordinated. It consists of living quarters for the workers, animal feed mill, equipment houses and warehouses. Electricity is provided by this 45 kVA solar power and a 40 kVA generator. Also is this mast to enable communication with all locations of the farm as well as other parts of the country. Acknowledging that all our labors bear fruit only by the mercy of the Most High, here is a farm church where workers go to pray. We asked the general manager what is the projection for maize this farming season.
By our projection, we are targeting about 12,000 tons. But with the challenge we have now, I think we will barely scale 8,000. And that is a very big challenge for us. It's a very big loss. But if we had had, according to what we had projected, then we will have been very, very good at the yield which we are going to get. But so far, so good. we'll manage to scale through.
What is the strategy for managing a large farm like this?
You can't do this type of farm, this size of farm, manually. You'll be working for the local farmers. So you have to mechanize if you want to make a headway in agriculture. You must cut out as much manual processing as possible. That's what we try to do. So we don't harvest manually. We use those combined harvesters that you saw for harvesting. You just drive it in through to harvest, thrash, and even bag it for you. If you don't do that, you can never make money farming like here. And that is why government must come into it, because things like tractor hiring unit, you don't have to own a tractor, you can go and hire it. Government can have, like in every local government, an agri-equipment leasing and hiring center. In those days, we used to buy our chemicals from the Ministry of Agri. Now, we don't know what has happened to that because we are not getting it in again. These days, even the Ministry of Agri is silent. I don't know whether there are farmers who know the Ministry of Agri is still there. So everything you see here is based on our own funds. As soon as we harvest, we sell, we plow it back into this thing. We've done all I can to be able to benefit from the Anchor Borrowers program. I have been unsuccessful. If I cannot get it, I wonder how can local farmer get it. There's nothing we have not done. The idea of the Anchor Borrowers program is I have a rice mill. I want to be able to buy off the farmers. So as an off-taker. Now you go to Yola, a bag of paddy is 17,000. So you wonder what happens to the Anchor Borrower scheme that says we'll get good price for it. To even join the Rice Farmers Association, I reckon, hoping that there is something I've not been able to join. So I decide now to produce my own rice. Where it finishes, I let everybody to go and do other things until the rice is available at a commercially viable price. So these are the frustrations.
The Badau rice factory is a major component of the Badau farms.
We have a rice mill, 24 tons per day. These are the boiling and the dry system outside here. And in here is the mill itself. 2 production lines. This production line is 24 tons per day. We have a second assembly line here. The 2 assembly lines share a common collar sorter. This is called the collar sorter because when you mill the rice, it comes out in basically 3 different colors: black, brown, and white. So you have to sort it out. So it's a fully automatic rice mill. Starting from the boiler out there to the dryer, it's lifted up. This also another stage of the dryer, and then it's conveyed through conveyor belts to here into the husker. It removes the husk that comes from the field with it. This is the polisher. What this does is remove the back of the rice, okay, that's the husk, and then put it into the polisher to polish the rice very well, and then comes to the grader. Along these processes, the rice gets broken, either during the dehusking or during the polishing. That's why the grader is here. Now, as you can see from the grader, it goes up into the color separator. Now, when the rice eventually finishes with the polishing, there are some edges, some come out black, some brown, some white. Now, this is parboiled rice brown, so we don't want that to go into the system, so it sorts out the colors. This is a grader. The purpose of this grader is to separate the broken rice from the long ones. So the broken ones, which was settled by the grader, graded into basically 3 categories. This we don't want to sell to the customer because it's broken. Though they are good, but they are broken in pieces, but we don't sell to the customer. Usually what we do with this is we give it out to the members of the community who want it, or we give it to our beds. This is the very smallest grade, almost completely ground, which we don't give out to the customers. We use it to feed our poultry. It's a fully integrated system, so we don't buy food for the poultry. We generate the food from things like this. This is our rice product. It's a fully compliant standards, parboiled rice, fully registered with NAFDAC, very high quality rice. I think the best quality of rice in Adamawa. Anybody that eats this rice comes to ask for more. So as it is, we can't meet demand. People always pay in advance. These are already sold, waiting for the owner. Why we are quiet today is because we've run out of paddy rice. We've run out of the raw material. That's what they call the paddy. At this point of the season, paddy rice is very expensive. It goes for 17,000 per 100 kg. And we don't sell our rice for obvious reasons of the community we are in. We cannot sell rice at milled rice at more than 17,000. So basically, we just wait till the price of paddy is down. Equipment for rice mill, another bigger rice mill, 50 tons per day rice mill. We are yet to install those ones because we want to perfect the operation and the marketing skills before we install the bigger one. As you can see, if we had installed it and we've now run out of paddy, it would have been a waste. But this is a complete rice mill, 50 tons per day. While those ones are 24 tons. This is 50, quite a big one. We'll install it eventually when we perfect the mode of purchasing of the raw materials.
We asked the chairman how he got into farming.
My father used to tell me that if you make your money packing shit, you will never stop packing shit, because that's why you made your money. So this is what we used to do. Wake up in the morning, you come to the farm. When it's time, like 8 o'clock, you rush back to school, tidy up yourself with dew, you go back to school. After school, you go back to the farm. You get paid as school fees. I like farming because all you need is your father's farm. As much as I have land space to cultivate, my goal is to cultivate it to the fullest at the most profitable rate per hectare. I'm just a farmer, I like the farm work. I'm still looking for other places. Like I'm in the market for a suitable land where I can cultivate rice sufficiently so that I don't have to shut my rice mill like now.
At the Badau nursery, foreign sheep are nursed to a level of maturity before being released to join the local breed.
These rams are special breed rams we brought in from North and Central Africa. This is Sudan ram, we call them Sudan ram. See their size. We got them from Sudan, this one. So our hope is to crossbreed with the local ones. This is the female version of it. You can see from they are not like our own. They have wool. I don't know why they could have wool in a hot place like Sudan, but they are unique in that they have wool. These ones with colors, they are from Niger, Chad. This is another breed of Sudan ram. As you can see, they are hornless. These are they are all the hornless ones are from Sudan also, but you can see they have wool, but they are hornless. This is the hornless variety. These are male. See, this is a ram, but it has no horns. This one. These are the coquelin, we call them Udawa. They come from Niger, Chad, across the desert. They are very special because they are highly resistant to disease.
Birds also have their place at the Badau farms.
So behind it we have a very spacious compound that we use as a nursery for breeding special animals and poultry. You can see here, these are geese. These are turkey. We're also breeding them here. Essentially, they are just like game birds. We just want to use it to demonstrate to the locals that you can earn a living doing this. We have tried to domesticate this. We call them Beijing fowl. Because of their size, they can't fly. They find it very difficult to fly, even if they do, not long distances. So it's easier to domesticate them. They call them Beijing fowl. Beijing. The one limping there and this one, they are the local bush fowl, which we got and mix them so we can get a crossbreed. Here they are in hundreds, but since they don't like to mix with human beings, they are good at hiding. Sometimes one can lay up to 30, 40 eggs. and they are bad at hatching. When they lay so many eggs, if we are lucky, there's a chicken that is also laying egg at the same time. We carry their eggs and add it to that of the chicken. So the chicken hatches it. But you see, the problem is that, like the ones you saw inside the house, they grow up with the chicken, they think they are chicken. They never want to mix with their kind again.
After all the investment in sowing, what the farmer looks forward to is the harvest. This is what the combined harvester is doing on the Badau maize farm. At the Badau farms, though the combined harvesters are able to harvest all the maize, the management see the need to make room for local people to earn a living from each farm by allowing them to harvest a part of the farm manually. This farming season has not disappointed. A rich harvest has returned to the warehouses. On this occasion, some of the workers have come to interact with and appreciate the chairman.
Babacir manomi ne na gaske, sannan mutane suna ci a ƙarƙashinsa. Wani adadi ya fi misali ba iya irgawa. Yawan jama'a suna nan a wannan guri. Mun zo ne daga Gombe, sannan akwai wanda suka zo daga Fela, akwai wanda suka zo daga Hong, akwai 'yan Som, har da 'yan Mubi ma akwai wanda suka zo domin mu ci moriya a ƙarƙashin wannan bawan Allah. Ko da yaushe wanda zai tsaya ya nema zai samu. Mun tsaya biyowa zaman banza ba abun da zai bamu. Mun zo dai mu ci moriya a ƙarƙashin wannan bawan Allah, sannan kuma muna roƙon al'umma yanda muka zo lafiya, Allah mai da mu lafiya. Allah ƙara mana lafiya da zaman lafiya.
With so many herders all around the surrounding communities of Badau farms, plans are at an advanced stage to set up a dairy factory like this one. This will provide jobs and mop up the excess milk produced by the surrounding herders, which will in turn grow the local economy. Daily, cows and other livestock are transported from the north to the southern part of the country. This system of transporting the animals has been criticized by many animal rights activists as cruelty to animals. To reduce such cruelty to animals, Badau Farm is planning a meat factory like this one, with hope that the country will eventually adopt the system in future. Then meat can be transported to different parts of the country instead of live animals. In preparation for the dairy plant and meat factory, some of the animals are already being crossbred through artificial insemination with sperms from species with higher milk production and also with a variety that will improve the quality of beef. Does the chairman have any advice for other entrepreneurs who would like to go into farming?
There's nothing like remote farmer. It's like those stories where somebody in the US will send money to his uncle to build a house for him. By the time he comes back, you only see empty plot after sending maybe 50 million. It's the same thing with farming. So it must be there physically, frequently to supervise, because the trust level in farming is very, very low.
There's a